Chief Producer. Introduction to a man who debuted from the mentor's seat. The unknown Zhong Xuan is just a small recording engineer who accidentally sits in the mentor's seat of a music ensemble for a song. Are you starting your career now? Fame and fortune, status, money, temptation, and fate did not give Zhong Xuan the time to react, and life's choices were already made. Red roses and white roses, which flower blooms more fragrant? Vermilion nevi and white moonlight, will it turn into mosquito blood and white rice? Facing the pursuit of ideals and the life of lying flat, Zhong Xuan was also in a dilemma. Walking on the path of life, to the left or to the right? Have you ever hesitated? Crossing the hills, the scenery is not there, there is only one ordinary path left. Until standing at the crossroads again, Zhong Xuan just wants to, no longer hesitates. Chapter 1. This system is not working properly. You are listening at novel full.audio. Watching the man sleeping soundly on the mixing table, Miao Yirou bit her lips and made a decision after waiting for a long time. Wake up, teacher Zhong. Zhong Xuan felt like he had a long dream, dreaming of a place called Earth. There are many people in the dream, cold and beautiful, sweet and yellow, and worn. Various voices enveloped him. Not willing to open their eyes. At first, he just wanted to know what his sisters were called, but later he wanted to know what their names were. It's like a dream, still lingering and unforgettable. Suddenly, the whole world shook violently. Hiss. Shit. Suction slip. Zhong Xuan suddenly stood up. Teacher Zhong, here. Here you are. Mechanically taking the tissue, Zhong Xuan's brain was still in a chaotic state. What does giving tissues mean? Teacher Zhong, here. Miao Yirou pointed to the corner of her lips. It's a bit damp. I also drool occasionally when I sleep, it's okay. The girl's voice became lighter and lighter, and she finally lowered her head. The air conditioning in the recording studio is very sufficient. Gradually waking up, Zhong Xuan couldn't help but shiver. The girl in front of me has delicate branches and fruits, as well as 2 dimples, without increasing her attack speed. It's from the melon line, that's right. Did the person from my dream come out to find me? I didn't do anything. So you are. Oh, hello teacher Zhong. I'm Miao Yirou, a trainee from the artists department. Just call me Qiao, and my agent asked me to record a song. Miao Yirou appeared somewhat uneasy. I saw you sleeping. Resting, so. So, it's just that I came at 9 o'clock. I didn't mean to. I'm sorry. Oh, I lost my life, Miao Yirou thought to herself, rubbing her hands behind her back. Recording songs. Zhong Xuan was a bit confused. The D4 recording studio where he is located is the worst among all the recording studios of Chuyin Entertainment. There are a total of 6 D.level recording studios, most of which have outdated equipment and inadequate personnel. There are countless artists and singers in Chuyin, but no one would choose a D.level recording studio. What stands out is that there is only one door left. This melon is a rare guest. You don't need to call me teacher Zhong, I'm only 24 and haven't been to Chuyin for 2 years. Miao Yirou obediently exclaimed and blinked again, teacher Xiao Zhong. Zhong Xuan felt a bit resentful after hearing this unrealistic description. He is 1.84 meters tall, and the areas that should be big are never narrow, such as his eyes, and the areas that should be long are never short, such as his legs. This girl is really not good at judging people. Aren't you a trainee? Why are you here alone, and the other members? Zhong Xuan knows that there is a group formation plan in the artist department recently, which is called Chila Girls Group. He doesn't know whether to pronounce it as strike joy or ride, it seems like both are normal. There are not many girls from Blue Star China who can play, and their representative works are almost all saliva songs that Zhong Xuan cannot name. When a new song is released, it relies on resource accumulation and can still stay on major charts for a few days, but once the promotion period is over, it will quickly slide down. The quality of the songs was not originally the selling point of the girl group, but for Zhong Xuan, the workload of recording songs for the girl group is huge. Maybe the vocals need to be repaired until the mentality explodes, which is not too cool. Zhong Xuan didn't want to fuss. Let's wait until you're all together. Why don't you go back first? Miao Yirou hesitated for a moment before speaking weakly, there's no one else, just me. Aren't you from that weird girl band? Zhong Xuan couldn't understand. I failed to form a team, someone took my place. Miao Yirou's voice was filled with disappointment. This is poking someone in pain. Zhong Xuan couldn't bear it and wondered if he wanted to comfort them. Miao Yirou spoke up, it's okay, at least I've tried my best. Zhong Xuan stopped speaking. There was a light in the girl's eyes, as if he had seen it in a dream. Are you accompanied? Who is the song producer? Miao Yirou hesitated for a moment and said, I don't have a producer or arrangement yet, just a simple demo. After speaking, he looked like a child who had made a mistake, his eyes wanting to focus on his toes but unable to see. You sit down first, I look dizzy. Zhong Xuan pointed to the swivel chair next to him, feeling a bit headache. Oh. Miao Yirou was incredibly obedient. This girl is quite well behaved, but she doesn't have a producer. No wonder no one notified Zhong Xuan that there is a recording task today. The process of recording songs by Chu-In Entertainment is very standardized. First, make an appointment with the lyricist and songwriter to create a basic song sample, and then contact the producer to initiate the promotion work. It's the first time Zhong Xuan has seen someone like Miao Yirou recording a song with a demo sample. Didn't your agent help you find a producer? Miao Yirou first shook her head and then nodded. Shouldn't the arrangement teacher make an appointment with someone else? No. Miao Yirou nodded again, and even with a hint of crying, she said, I couldn't find it. Several arrangement teachers said they were very busy. Zhong Xuan stopped asking, but secretly guessed in his heart, is it possible that he was tricked by his agent? The trainee wants to make a debut, but the agent designs traps to deceive money and sex. That's almost the script. Zhong Xuan couldn't help feeling a bit regretful. While the two were silent, the door to the recording studio was pushed open. A woman wearing a suspender silk dress and a short suit jacket walked in, revealing half of her smooth calves, fair and shiny. Sister Sinew. Lu Sinew. Lu Sinew frowned slightly and glared at Zhong Xuan, what did you just call me? Hey, senior sister. Zhong Xuan stood up and spoke, feeling overwhelmed by the pressure from senior sister. Lu Xian chuckled and said, aren't you afraid of calling the wrong one? What if it's another one? Teacher Lu doesn't even know me. Zhong Xuan smiled awkwardly and looked at Miao Yirou, who was curious like a baby. Zhong Xuan and Lu Sinew both graduated from Sichuan music, but they are from different eras. At that time, Zhong was selected as a freshman, and Lu Sinew was already a senior. Not only did she have a delicate face and a beautiful figure, but her grades in professional courses were also impeccable. She often helped the teacher train freshmen. And the target of the key training is Zhong Xuan, a bad boy. If it's just a bit harsh, then it's not a big deal. The key is that this senior sister is Gu Linggui. In order to help the teacher complete the teaching task, there are 30.6 continuous moves, which made Zhong Xuan feel like he has been trained badly. On the day of Lu Sinew's graduation and departure from school, Zhong Xuan, who claimed to have escaped from the clutches, and his roommates had a night of revelry, and they all drank 12 boxes of beer. However, this older sister also sincerely treats them as junior students, quietly supports impoverished students, stays with the heartbroken girls all night, and helps the drunken Zhong Xuan and others pay for their drinks. Senior sister, aren't you in Kyoto? Why did you come to Yuzhou? I joined Chu-In a few days ago, and I am Xiao Rou's agent. Lu Xinyu pulled Zhong Xuan's chair and sat down, her round and tight thighs tightly overlapping, with a rather upturned and full buttocks. Turns out senior sister is the agent of Sweet Melon, Zhong Xuan speculated. Solved the case, senior sister is grinding people's spirits. What's going on? Are you saying bad things about me in your heart? Lu Xinyu said with a smile. Zhong Xuan was startled and calmed down, saying, I was thinking that it would take some time for Xiao's song to be fully produced. Senior sister, please don't rush me. He doesn't want to be trained by his senior sister anymore, his body can't be controlled. Lu Xinyu waved his hand and said, I'm here to tell you about this. There's no need to record the song. Sister Xinyu, why haven't we recorded it? Miao Yiru's face showed a puzzled expression. Sister Xinyu, believe that I can sing well and I won't embarrass you. Lu Xinyu looked at Miao Yiru, who was about to cry, and sighed at Shuyuan www.zhaoshuyuan.com, it's not your fault. Guanling from the Chila Girls troupe bought out the copyright of the lyrics and music. I was negligent in this matter. Someone tried to intimidate me, but it implicated you. Lu Xinyu's plump lips smiled slightly, but her eyes became colder and colder. This made Zhong Xuan's body tremble uncontrollably, and he recalled the fear of being dominated in his freshman year. I can't blame Sister Xinyu, they are targeting me. That Guanling is the person who replaces me. Upon learning the reason, Miao Yiru restrained her emotions and instead advised Lu Xinyu. As long as Sister Xinyu believes that I can sing well, that's all. After saying these words, Miao Yiru reached out her hand again, bowing to thank Zhong Xuan. I'm really sorry to disturb teacher Xiao Zhong for so long. Zhong Xuan smiled and reached out his hand. I didn't help. Jojo contact scan and discover the inheritor. A semi-transparent light and shadow of a shattered screen suddenly appeared in front of Zhong Xuan. Dream People % selection. System. Entertainment version, status. Opened, %, repaired, current %. Miao Yiru, comprehensive at review. 100%, song. Song. Most. Dream. Choosing to make a song for Miao Yiru. The soft female voice then sounded, devoid of emotion. What is it? Zhong Xuan was a bit confused and lost in thought. Contact scanning. As a native of Blue Star, China, Zhong Xuan has also read many online articles and is not unfamiliar with the system. Just contact scanning. Where to use contact? Where can I come into contact with? Your system doesn't seem to be working properly. Chapter 2. Miao Yiru, do you want to be read? You are listening at novelfull.audio. These two songs have incomplete names, could you please try listening to them first? The light and agile female voice did not appear. I am a professional, I am responsible for music. Zhong Xuan tried to shout in his mind, system. No one answered. Dreamers. Jojo. This thing won't crash, right? It's too unreliable. Insufficient energy does not support pre-selection listening. The soft female voice rang out again. Negative review. Looking at the battle-damaged screen in front of him, Zhong Xuan reluctantly began to analyze it carefully. The subtitle of a song has the word you, which is mostly about the relationship between men and women, from a first-person perspective. Another one, only 2 words can be read clearly, and there are still many words that have been damaged. Even in a crossword puzzle, you can't leave so many blank. Zhong Xuan decided to talk to the system and said, I have chosen it, I want both. The adult's choice received no response, and Zhong Xuan couldn't help but clench his hands. Miao Yiru twitched her hand, but felt it being held tighter. With peach blossom eyes, she looked at the handsome and dull Zhong Xuan, blushing and softly saying, Teacher Xiao Zhong. Hurts. Lu Xinyu, who was preparing to leave, also realized something was wrong. He skillfully pinched Zhong Xuan's waist with his thumb and index finger and twisted it with force. "Hey, senior sister, what are you doing?" Lu Xinyu crossed her hands to support her chest, took a step back, and smiled as she looked at Zhong Xuan. "Are you soft?" Is it slippery or not?" "Do you want to take it home and touch it more carefully?" Lu Xinyu spoke gently, with a hint of murderous intent in her eyes. When a woman asks 3 times in a row and the last question is very polite, it indicates that she is already very dangerous. Zhong Xuan, who had regained his senses, quickly let go of Miao Yirou's hand and said, "I'm sorry, I was a bit distracted just now." "It's okay. It's okay." Miao Yirou glanced at her pinched red hand and quickly carried it behind her. Soft is truly soft. Slippery is also really slippery. Zhong Xuan didn't care about the aftertaste. He found that the system screen had disappeared. To be precise, it was folded into an inconspicuous cursor, and if it weren't for the constantly flashing options behind the cursor, he might not have noticed it. "I have chosen too many words." Zhong Xuan made a decision in his heart. He did this before when he was in school, with a high success rate. Jojo. The song, "The First Dream" has been registered with Blue Star copyright, and the lyrics, music, arrangement, and memory integration have been completed. The compatibility of Miao Yirou's song is 100%. Please complete it this month in order to find the next inheritor. The trial begins. If pride is not captured by the cold reality of the sea, how could they know to work harder? Only then can we reach the distance. If dreams never fall off a cliff. It turned out to be such a dream. The initial dream grew upwards from the bottom of my heart. Zhong Xuan suddenly had some anticipation, wanting to see how well the girl in front of him could interpret this song. Miao Yirou. Teacher Xiao Zhong. Do you want to be read? Zhong Xuan asked directly. Direct to the human heart. The ups and downs in the entertainment industry are not up to anyone. Little Red depends on pushing and Big Red depends on life. But since I have chosen to become an artist, who wouldn't want to become famous overnight? The person who just asked this question would not be so surprised if it were the boss of Chu Yin, even if it was a strong financial owner. But the person who asked this question was Zhong Xuan, and Miao Yirou didn't know how to answer. Red, for a trainee like her, it is a very distant thing. Many people around me have already given up, some of whom cannot hold on and have some capital, and naturally choose another path. Opportunities in the entertainment industry are rare, but if you want to open them up, it's a shortcut. But Miao Yirou is clumsy, telling herself every day to work harder and persist. From the age of 16 to now, in 4 years, I haven't even had the chance to sing a song. Persisting in a dream that may never be realized. Perhaps it's never possible, Miao Yirou replied with a smile, but she silently added in her heart, I won't give up. At this moment, Lu Xinyu pulled over Zhong Xuan and said, don't talk about this today. Don't rush to leave after work tonight, accompany me and Qiao to go shopping. It's no problem accompanying 2 beautiful women shopping, but I have a song here that I want to show you. Your university inventory. No, it's not. During his college years, Zhong Xuan wrote many songs, some of which even won awards. The male dormitory was awarded a grand prize for the entire building, and the reason for the award was that his brother successfully expressed his love with his songs. Did you write a song again? I haven't heard of it before. Lu Xinyu became interested. Almost, why don't I show you guys first? Zhong Xuan took the guitar. Lu Xinyu sat down on the sofa holding Miao Yirou and said, hurry up, Qiao. Let me tell you, this guy was very eye-catching when he played the guitar in college, and he has fooled many ignorant senior sisters. Zhong Xuan adjusted his feeling and tried a few notes by plucking the strings. Left hand plucking the string. Miao Yirou turned her head to look at Lu Xinyu and exclaimed softly. Don't pay attention to him, just like to play handsome. That piano is someone else's backhand piano, he can have both hands. At this point, Zhong Xuan skipped the prelude and started playing the main song directly. If pride is not captured by the cold reality of the sea, how could they know to work harder? Only then can we reach the distance. If dreams never fall off a cliff, at a critical moment, how can one know someone who is persistent, having invisible wings? Upon hearing the first few lines, Miao Yirou on the sofa tightly covered her mouth with both hands. She didn't understand why Zhong Xuan's lyrics matched her experience so well. Lu Xinyu looked at Miao Yirou, who was a bit excited, and sighed helplessly. This guy is really good at attracting people. This song on Earth, originally sung with a clear voice, carries unwavering strength throughout the song. When Zhong Xuan played the trial in the system, he also felt the persistent belief that went from weak to strong. At this moment, his singing also carries a common emotion. He just didn't know that the feeling of persisting upwards in oppression made Miao Yirou's legs, hidden under her dress, tremble slightly. Put tears in your heart, will bloom brave flowers. In the tired time, close your eyes and smell a fragrance. The singing of Zhong Xuan is still ongoing. At this point, Lu Xinyu had already sat up straight. Even if she is Zhong Xuan's senior sister, she has to admit the emotion brought by this song. More importantly, from her professional perspective, if this song were to be released, it could infect a large number of people simply by expressing its lyrics. She is now extremely certain that she will be the second fan of this song on zhaosuiyuan.com. Because Miao Yirou beside her had already shed tears. The initial dream is tightly held in hand, the most desired place to go. How can we return halfway? The initial dream will definitely come true, realizing true desires. Only then can we count ourselves past heaven. In the final part of this song, Zhong Xuan made a slight increase in tone to fit his emotions. Especially the last word, as the sound transitions, it constantly rises with the changing mouth movements, giving the song an overall sense of sublimation and a stronger sense of motivation. Because Zhong Xuan saw Miao Yirou with tearful eyes, he didn't want this girl to lose the power to pursue her dreams. The singing has come to an end, and in the recording studio, only Miao Yirou's gentle sobs can be heard. What is this song called? Lu Xinyu broke the silence first, as she had too much to ask this junior brother. The first dream. Has the arrangement been done? Zhong Xuan put on his guitar and said calmly, I already have some specific arrangement ideas. So, are you planning to switch to becoming a singer? Lu Xinyu was a bit skeptical and stared at Zhong Xuan, asking meaningfully. Zhong Xuan smiled but didn't speak. Lu Xinyu understood immediately and laughed along. Then you tell me for yourself, I don't care. She didn't care what she said, but she still pushed Miao Yirou beside her. Alright, don't cry. Isn't this just singing about you? Miao Yirou's emotions had not completely calmed down when she heard Zhong Xuan's words ringing in her ear. Miao Yirou, give me a few of your most comfortable voices. Chapter 3. Please be my producer. You are listening at novelfull.audio. Zhong Xuan's demands were actually a bit excessive. Miao Yirou had just experienced an emotional upheaval and her body was still trembling. But obediently, she still tried to stabilize herself. A few more notes. More transformations. Zhong Xuan kept making demands and wanted to see if the 100% compatibility prompt for the song was accurate or not. Mimi a little higher. Miao Yirou effortlessly completed a high pitch. Zhong Xuan felt comfortable now and said, alright, that's it. He nodded at Miao Yirou and secretly praised in his heart, this range and timbre can be considered a perfect expression. I don't think your treble is very difficult, can it still be high? If teacher Xiao Zhong wants it, I can still be taller, Miao Yirou said as she rolled her hair at her temples. This melon is really obedient, Zhong Xuan smiled. No need, you sang it later when recording the song. Okay, Xiao Zhong. Miao Yirou suddenly froze as she spoke, her peach blossom eyes shining slightly. What? Teacher Xiaozhong, you. Are you saying? I think the first dream is very suitable for you, so I'll let you sing it, can you? Sing for me. Miao Yirou couldn't believe it a bit. Really? Teacher Xiaozhong, do you really sing for me? At this moment, Lu Xinyu also walked over and hugged Miao Yirou, saying with a smile, Xiao, now you have your own song. After a brief silence, Miao Yirou let out a scream. At this moment, all the suppressed emotions in her body were released, and she held on to Lu Xinyu's hands and bounced around. The two of them trembled and trembled, making Zhong Xuan's heart skip a beat. All right, don't jump for now. Zhong Xuan stopped their ferocity and said, this song is still a bit difficult. Don't cry later. Miao Yirou quickly straightened her posture and said, Teacher Xiaozhong, I will work hard. Even if I cry, I am happy in my heart. She has been waiting for this song for too long. A song with a chance to debut, just Chu-yin alone has many newcomers competing for it, let alone the high quality of The First Dream. Zhong Xuan, has the copyright of this song been registered? Lu Xinyu thought of the key question. Senior sister, the copyright has been registered. Lu Xinyu finally felt at ease and said, do you have any thoughts on signing an authorization for Qiao, including the sharing ratio of songs and commercial performances? I listened to senior sister. Zhong Xuan didn't pay much attention to these. Lyrics and music creators on Blue Star, if they are responsible for the creation of the entire song, can generally receive fees ranging from tens of thousands to hundreds of thousands, with additional costs for arrangement and production. Creators mainly focus on the distribution of songs after their release, with lyrics and songs receiving a distribution ranging from 7% to 10%. Of course, this is closely related to the fame of lyricists, the popularity of singers, and the quality of songs. There is a floating space for creative sharing, such as Zhao Nanfeng, the composer who sits in charge of Chu-yin, who once received a 60% share for a popular love song with high popularity. At that time, the singer who sang this song was a talented singer who was hovering on the edge of the second tier. He also succeeded in breaking through the first tier with this song and became a popular story. For Zhong Xuan, the combined score of lyrics and music can reach 20%, which is considered good. These are not the most important things, after all, if you just pinched someone just now, you cannot immediately turn your face and deny them. Lu Xinyu pondered for a moment and said, the quality of this song is excellent, but I plan to release it independently. Qiao hasn't made a debut yet and doesn't have much income. If it comes to song expenses, how about a little less than 150,000 yuan? After thinking for a moment, Lu Xinyu continued, if we divide it, we will increase it a bit. On the basis of the format, the lyrics and music will be increased by 5% each, for a total of 30% of the creative share. I object, Miao Yirou suddenly spoke out. Xiao, this song can make it to the charts, you need to understand its meaning. Lu Xinyu's voice was somewhat solemn, and she didn't want Miao Yirou to be blinded by the small profit in front of her. The commercial significance behind the debut of a song is completely different from that of a high-quality song. The former may not be able to create a single wave, while the latter means continuous announcements and more opportunities. Sister Xinyu, no, I just wanted to say that I don't want to divide this song, just give it all to teacher Xiaozhong. After listening to Miao Yirou's words, Zhong Xuan suddenly became a bit strange and tried to suppress his smile. Seeing his appearance, Lu Xinyu rolled his eyes and said, why smile? He was about to pinch the soft flesh selected by Zhong, but he skillfully avoided it. Xiao, I'm touched by what you said, but your sister Xinyu also wants to make money. You're giving me your Xinyu share as well. Ah, is it? Is it like this? No one has told me before. Miao Yirou quickly hugged Lu Xinyu, Xinyu, I didn't mean that, you know. Lu Xinyu helplessly supported his forehead and said, you're really a silly girl. I'm afraid you'll give it to someone for free in the future. Do you really think so? Don't divide everything and give it to Zhong for selection. I can feel the strength of teacher Xiao Zhong's song. It's just that, Sister Xinyu, on your side. Lu Xinyu waved his hand and said, don't worry about me. So, let's do it this way. All the songs will be divided into Zhong Xuan, and the income from commercial performances and other activities will be divided into 3 or 7. Senior sister, I think. Don't be so good at being cheap. This month, you take care of me. Lu Xinyu gave Zhong Xuan a fierce glance. Dare to say no, be careful of your waist. Zhong Xuan made a zipper action on his mouth, indicating obedience in silence. Senior sister, when she's fierce, the pressure is amazing, and once she starts, she will follow. Sister Xinyu, I have a small request, Miao Yirou interjected. Is it possible to ask teacher Xiao Zhong to be my producer? For Miao Yirou's request, Zhong Xuan did not refuse. The song was originally given by the system, and the original version was in his mind. No one could be more familiar with the overall feeling of this song than him. Seeing Zhong Xuan agree, Lu Xinyu asked him to first get the demo out, and Miao Yirou also came over to help. Looking at the busy backs of the two people, Lu Xinyu quietly took out her phone and took a photo, then turned around and left the recording studio. Returning to the independent office arranged by Chu Yin, she opened WeChat, found a familiar avatar, clicked on it, flipped her thumb and quickly typed a line of words, guess who I saw. After typing, Lu Xinyu didn't click to send it. After thinking for a moment, he went to Shuyuan www.zhaoshuyuan.com and deleted the entire sentence before typing it again. Zhong Xuan has written a new song, he said, then I sent the photos I just took along with them. I received a quick response from the other side. Who is the girl? The trainee under my command is named Miao Yirou. Shouldn't your focus be on Zhong Xuan? Sing it to her. I'm so smart, just a little behind me. What song? Want to know? Call me sister and I'll tell you if it's sweeter. Bored. Lu Jinzhi typed in 2 words and threw his phone on the dressing table. In the mirror, there was a stunning face, alluring but not confused, with a small tear stain still in the corner of his eye. The makeup artist behind her was taking care of the hair accessories on her head while praising her. Jinzhi sister, you have such a beautiful appearance that you don't need to do anything more. As a woman, I have been killed. I will make up for you later and you can see the effect. Lu Jinzhi nodded and picked up his phone, quickly replying, I was earlier than you, this is fate. My parents don't even remember, will I believe you? How is the song? Amazing. This is one of the rare masterpieces in the Chinese music industry that I have heard of in recent years, and it perfectly matches your current drama. Send it over. Call sister to listen, maybe you can try it out first. Lu Jinzhi locked the screen, put away his phone, and said to his assistant Xiao Ai beside him, help me pay attention to a singer named Miao Yirou. She told me as soon as she posted her song. Okay, Jinzhi, I've taken note of it. Xiao Ai quickly wrote down the schedule and added an extra sentence, Jinzhi, is she very famous? I'll be there soon. Chapter 4. Tianhou Lu Jinzhi. You are listening at Novel Full.audio. Time quickly arrived at night. Lu Jinzhi completed today's scene early and is currently removing makeup in the lounge. The crew is still busy preparing for the night play. After a while, Xiao Ai pushed the door in and said, Jinzhi, I've given everyone all the midnight snacks. After removing her makeup, Lu Jinzhi nodded and took Xiao Ai to bid farewell to the director. The nanny car was already waiting outside the crew, and on the way over, it ran into a familiar drama manager. Lu Jinzhi even said, thank you for your hard work. Director Wu Ji, who saw this scene, held a bowl of ice powder and exclaimed, did you see it? How come she's a queen? Who said it's not? Since teacher Lu arrived, this late night has never stopped. The assistant director beside him followed suit. Wu Ji glanced at him and said, "What I'm talking about is late night. Teacher Lu has excellent acting skills and is very polite to the crew up and down. A bowl of ice noodles may not be a big deal between us, but for the production and lighting, even if one moves or performs in a group, they won't be left behind. This is called respect, and they deserve to be popular. Isn't this still a matter of staying up late?" The deputy director choked and said he didn't understand. "I don't understand what I'm saying to you." Go ahead. What's the arrangement for the later one?" "Go and call who that is for me." "In the nanny's car." Lu Jinzhi squinted his eyes and lay back on the aviation seat, deftly reaching his hand to his back to unbutton the buttons and take a breath. Her driver and accompanying assistant are both female, arranged in this way from the beginning, just to make it easier and more convenient. Xiao thoughtfully covered her with a thin blanket and said, "Jinzhi, Su Jie said that the production team of the law firm wants to ask if our drama can be completed in May. Their director said that you are the only one who can do it. Also, teacher Fei Bai from Ruehua has written a new song and wants to see if you are interested. In addition, Director Qiao called you this afternoon and would like to invite you to serve as the mentor for the song and composition together. Lu Jinzhi felt a bit tired and didn't open his eyes. "I won't be filming new dramas this year, and I don't want to release new songs for now. You can ask Su Jie to reply to them. On Qiao Yi's side, I'll tell her myself." "Okay." The high-definition outfit from Elsevier has been delivered to the company, which is the one you're going to wear at the Shazhou Tai Spring Festival. It's scheduled for tomorrow to see the first fitting effect. Got it. With so many things to attend to, Lu Jin didn't sleep at all. She opened her eyes, took out her phone, opened Weibo, and skillfully logged into her small account to create a special follow called Choose C. Xiao also took out her pad across from her and started scrolling through Weibo. "Jinzhi, we have 15 million fans already, and we haven't browsed a single one. I knew Jinzhi was the most amazing. The little girl is very proud." Lu Jinzhi never establishes a personal image or deliberately manages fans, only carries out basic management. At the age of 18, he made his debut in the music industry. In his first year, he became the Newcomer King, and in his third year, he won the Best Singer award. At the age of 24, he firmly held the Queen's throne, and then established his own studio. Along the way, he relied solely on his strength and won numerous awards. Top entertainment companies like Ruehua, Shengxi, and Chuyin all have a large number of influencers, with fans often exceeding 20 million, and may actually shrink by less than 10%. Many fans want to listen to Jinzhi sing, and there are super words about making wishes. Xiao became more and more excited as she browsed Weibo. "Jinzhi, even I want to listen. When will you post a new song again?" "Wait a little longer." Lu Jinzhi put on Bluetooth earphones and clicked on a song in her phone that lasted less than 2 minutes. The sound of the song was accompanied by a lot of background noise, indicating a feeling of temporary recording with her phone. The sea of bitterness stirs up love and hate. It is difficult to escape fate in this world. The singing didn't last long, and Lu Jinzhi's face also looked a bit disappointed. "It's better to get drunk after singing, this little bastard." On the other side, Zhong Xuan returned home without considering changing his shoes. "Cicada, are you good today?" A big orange with a gold quilt and a silver bed was leaning up in front of the French window. My uncle looked out of the window as leisurely as he did. When he heard something, he glanced idly at the clock that had just entered the door. Locked onto the cicada's position, Zhong took a few steps and picked it up one by one. "Good cicada, kiss me." Miao sobbed. Cicada was held in both hands by Zhong Xuan, struggling to resist with her soaring body, muttering words in her mouth. "So well behaved, call me Dad. Cicada's meat pad slapped Zhong Xuan's left face several times in a row. Good son. Zhong Xuan put down the cicada to prepare something for the two of them to eat, but saw the cicada run to the doorstep and pressed the meat mat wildly. Crawl away, don't touch me. Crawl away, don't touch me. Unfaithful son. Zhong Xuan had no words in his heart, so he shouldn't have been taught to ring the bell. He roused that he still had some dried fish in his hand. For a while, humans and cats were harmonious, and fathers were kind and filial. After finishing his meal, Zhong Xuan sat on the sofa playing with his phone and skillfully opened a group of college roommates. The group name is, Who Went to College. It's from dormitory leader Liao Kai. Liao Kai is skilled in playing suona and belongs to the category of apprentices. He is often invited by his senior sister to play music at night. The second in the dormitory is a grassland man named Lu Bai, who plays drums with great grace and comes with his own singing skills. The third child, Xia Wenyu, is a handsome man from Jiangnan and the earliest piano prince to break free from singlehood in the dormitory. Zhong Xuanfei quickly input, brothers, what are you doing? Liao Kai. Coincidentally, so am I. Your sister Law is holding my neck tightly and won't let me look up. A sentence left Zhong Xuan speechless, feeling like he was disturbing someone else's good deed. During this period of time, there hasn't been much chat in the group. A vulgar remark from the dormitory leader immediately shook everyone. Lu Bai. Xiao Xian, don't pay attention to him. The boss must have drunk too much again. Did the girl block the door again? If not, let's go. When Zhong Xuan was in college, he was blocked by many girls at the dormitory door. He thought it was too greasy when he called him stinky younger brother, and he thought it was too low when he called him little brother. Until graduation, I never talked about anyone. Without him, I was only familiar with my skills. This has almost become the laughing stock of the entire dormitory, often used as a joke. Xia Wenyu said, what's going on? I'm practicing the piano. I saw that Xiao Xian was in trouble. Come and take a look, isn't it senior sister Lu? Zhong Xuan said, what is sister Lu talking nonsense about? The person who blocked the door the most during college was indeed Lu Xinyu, but that was to catch Zhong Xuan and skip classes. Lu Bai said, I knew that Xiao Xian hasn't had a girlfriend in 4 years. She's so beautiful that she's not attracted to her, it's just for the sake of senior sister Lu. Xia Wenyu said, right. At that time, senior sister Lu loved to control Zhong Xuan the most. What's that called? The trainer has a way. Zhong Xuan said, the more you talk, the less reliable it becomes. What can I do with senior sister Lu? As soon as Lu Xinyu graduated, he went to Kyoto for development. Until today, for over 4 years, the contact between him and Zhong Xuan was not as frequent. If two people are interesting, then there is already a middle ground between them, and there is no need to wait until now. Finally, the boss Liao Kai made a decisive decision. Liao Kai. Xiao Xian, did you forget? On the day of senior sister Lu's graduation, the brothers went to celebrate. You got drunk and sang with senior sister Lu's hand. Later, when you got drunk, it was senior sister Lu who gave you a gift. You didn't go back to the dormitory that night. Zhong Xuan was confused. That day, he was drunk and unconscious. When he woke up at Shuyuan www.zhaoshuyuan.com, he was in a suite in a 5-star hotel, which he knew. Zhong Xuan said, didn't you guys give me a gift? Lu Bai said, brothers have all drunk too much, who can still give you a gift? Wenyu has vomited several times while drinking. Liao Kai. Even the wine money was paid for by senior sister Lu. 4 people in the group have been sleeping together for 4 years, and their relationship is very good. They definitely won't make up a story to tease Zhong Xuan. Moreover, this matter is also related to senior sister Lu. It's not a joke. So, at this moment, Zhong Xuan was even more shocked and somewhat embarrassed. What will I do when I see senior sister Lu in the future? Zhong Xuan said, I still hold someone's hand and sing. What song did I sing? I really have developed my skills. Xia, when you said, you have more skills. You even confessed your sister before singing. Lu Bai said, you said that the eldest husband lives in the world and wants to drink the strongest wine. Liao Kai. You said that when you get married, you should marry Lu Jinzhi. Zhong Xuan threw away his phone and went to take a shower. He needs to calm down now. The slightly cool shower water rushed over his head, and Zhong Xuan finally calmed down a bit. Do you want to talk to senior sister Lu tomorrow and at least return the wine money on behalf of the brothers? Forget it, let's not talk anymore. Zhong Xuan touched the flesh on his waist and gave up his idea. After taking a shower, Zhong Xuan picked up his phone and saw an unread item on the Weibo icon. Clicking on it is a private message. It is his mutual friend on Weibo. He often posts about the daily life of cicadas on Weibo. This friend is a fan of cicadas and often sucks cats on the cloud. However, the name of a friend's Weibo account made Zhong Xuan very angry, feeling that it was targeting him. I know the answer. Did you flip after cicadas today? Chapter 5. March Newcomer Season. You are listening at Novel Full.audio. Kyoto, Taiwan Headquarters Building. Senior music critic Gu Hong angrily stated in the studio, in today's music industry, there is a serious gap, and the so-called new generation cannot be called singers at all. The live broadcast is Entertainment Face to Face, which is a flagship program in the evening slot of Beijing television. The host Chen Qiao has a sharp style and is good at delving into entertainment hotspots, which has attracted many loyal viewers to the program. Regarding Gu Hong's words, Chen Qiao's reaction was very sharp. Every year, various entertainment companies release many new people. Aren't these people worthy of being singers? Go listen to the songs released by those newcomers, moaning without illness and being mysterious. My dog barks twice, both of which are more melodious than they sing. Chen Qiao is very satisfied with Gu Hong's answer, and there have been some explosive points in this issue. As the leading actress of Jingtai, Chen Qiao deeply understands the essence of dialogue programs, which are controversial topics. Do you think Mr. Ji's words are too exaggerated? There are still many newcomers who are very popular. Gu Hong pursed his lips and said disdainfully, it's really an exaggeration. We can't compare it to our dog. At least our dog doesn't need to be edited, mixed, or used for vocals. Singing skills are indeed a problem for many singers nowadays. It's not just a matter of singing ability, let's talk about songs. Nowadays, we first create a few chorus melodies, then throw them out for testing to see which melody is popular, and then take them out and add the main song. That's how we release the song. Chen Qiao frowned, she had also heard many of these brainwashing songs. During testing, such songs will constantly repeat the chorus melody, causing earworm effects in a short period of time, thereby passively achieving memory effects for listeners. It can be imagined that if a piece of advertising slogan is very simple, repeated multiple times in your ear in a short period of time, even if you dislike it, it will form a lasting memory. Chen Qiao recalled a similar song, Are They All Drool Songs? Yes. This kind of song completely loses the creativity of music and becomes an industrial product on the assembly line. What's even more, claiming to be a creator, the lyrics are all about sleeping or not. How could one not write a song without that? What do you want to express? What do you want to empathize with? What do you want to guide? Everywhere is a mess. Gu Hong became more and more angry as he spoke. As an insider in the industry for 20 years, he has a deep affection for music. It is precisely because of this kind of emotion that his music reviews have become increasingly spicy in the past 2 years. It is the responsibility of all musicians to play assembly line songs, fast-track singers, treat fans like leaks, and continue playing like this. The music industry will eventually end. The live broadcast has not ended yet, and the topics in the program have already become hot topics. Gu Hong's sharp comments have aroused strong opposition from many singer fans. For them, their subconscious may also know the virtues of their fans, but it is precisely for this reason that their curses are also the most intense on hot search topics. What nonsense, music critics! Our brother doesn't even need to be commented on. Brother is the only true god, the last king of Chinese music. Can you manage it? My little fairy has always been very serious, every song is trembling on the ground with all her might. Can't you blind see such a hard-working attitude? Occasionally, neutral netizens may make objective comments on hot search topics, which can be instantly forgotten. Until a fan emerged and said, that old and immortal person didn't mention the name of the singer, let's not sit in the same seat. The comments under the topic instantly came to a standstill, and many fans who had relived it cursed the brainless first comment while switching to Gu Hong's Weibo for crazy output. Gu Laogo, what qualifications do you have to represent musicians? Just because they can't receive any money, they start to fight against the heavens and the earth. It's nothing more than a heart-wrenching. Why doesn't such a person's whole family die? This kind of person speaks harshly and harshly, probably a childless widower. Some of the fans who attack Gu Hong are relatively young, while others who are already fans are just artists. Many people do not pay attention to the music industry and do not understand Gu Hong's background. But the artist's management team and entertainment company executives know his identity. Gu Hong belongs to the earliest group of people in the music industry who played with tickets. He has worked as a producer for many veteran singers and is now serving as the senior director of Lelong Music under Penguin. So at the first moment, several entertainment companies ordered their artists to regulate their words and actions through their agents. After all, in the program, Gu Hong did not criticize anyone by name. Kyoto, Ruihua Entertainment Headquarters. The door of a luxurious practice room was quietly pushed open. Agent Zheng Yanan walked in lightly and stood quietly at the door waiting, afraid of disturbing the smooth performance of the girl in front of the piano. Until the piano stopped playing, Zheng Yanan walked up with a smile and said, "Nian, she is not tired. Why did you practice again today?" Gu Nianqi saw her own agent and slowly closed the piano cover, laughing, "There is a melody that feels a bit touching. Try to see if it can be extended." "Oh. You got inspiration again. Let the composition team come over another day and have a chat." Gu Nianqi stood up, gently swayed the swan's neck, crossed her hands and stretched back to relax. "Why is this time still here, Nanjia? There's something I need to discuss with you." Gu Hong has been sarcastic again in entertainment face-to-face today, and you have also become a trending topic. Have you been criticized by your seniors? That's not true. Gu Hong said he has no expectations for the new singers released this year, except for you. Gu Nianqi didn't care and continued to stretch. She didn't pay attention to these things herself, and a large team specially formed by Ruihua was taking care of them. Her focus is only on music, which is more important to her than hot topics. The boss wants to ask if you would like to start your career in March. The lyrics and music team has prepared 3 new songs for you to choose from. With the previously confirmed song, Sea of Clouds, which capital do you want to debut in? When the Sha Chao Tai Spring Festival is held, the company will coordinate resources and you can sing 2 songs at that time. Zheng Yanan finished speaking in one breath and waited for the decision to cherish. Most artists follow arrangements when encountering such situations, and companies and agents have absolute authority, but concerns are not included in this list. She comes from a family background. Her grandfather is the leader of the direct management department of the Chinese entertainment industry, her father is a national treasure-level director, and her mother is a Tsui performing artist. From the first day she chose to become a singer, Ruihua equipped her with the top team and resources in the industry. Some people in Ruihua may dare to pat the table with the boss, but no one dares to speak loudly to Gu Nianqi. Of course, cherishing one's own talents and efforts cannot be ignored. Before the age of 20, the praise of the elf singer and little queen had already spread in small circles. Many people envy Ruihua's fortune. Strictly speaking, it's not because Ruihua chose Gu Nianqi, but because Gu Nianqi chose Ruihua. Why release songs in advance? The competition for the March rookie season is quite fierce, and Xingxi wants to promote for newcomers and one combination. Two of the singers on zhaozuiyuan.com have good skills, and the songs are also created by Xingxi's gold medal production team. Gu Nianqi finished the stretching action and let out a slight breath. What action does Chu Yin have? Chu Yin is still the same, with two singers, one male and one female, forming a group. However, the song that made it to the charts this time was led by Zhao Nanfeng. Zheng Yanan patiently explained, originally, it wasn't a big deal. It was just that Gu Hong caused such a commotion, and everyone had to take it seriously. The boss was also afraid of making mistakes and lost the top spot. Every March, it is a tacit season for newcomers, and various entertainment companies concentrate on promoting newcomers to debut. Ruihua has been an unstoppable March hegemon in recent years, and its newly released players have repeatedly won first place on the double charts. I should have taken it seriously, otherwise it wouldn't have been much fun. Gu Nianqi picked up a ton cup and hung it on his backpack, while speaking and walking south towards the door with Zhengya. I need to listen to those 3 songs first, and I have some ideas myself. Please help me schedule a production team meeting tomorrow to meet them. That's for sure. Zheng Yanan quickly took out the prepared USB drive and said, the demos of the 3 songs are all inside. Why don't you go back tonight and listen to them first? Gu Nianqi tilted her head to look at Zheng Yanan and said with a deliberately melancholic tone, you asked me before if I was tired, but now I have to work overtime again. Alright, who made me a day selected worker? My young lady, is that how you position yourself? Zheng Yanan helplessly supported her forehead. The proposal from the publicity department is to create a second market impression of Lu Jinzhi for you. Gu Nianqi suddenly stopped and faced Zheng Yanan, frowning and solemnly saying, Yanan, I don't like this promotional strategy. I'm not someone's second, I'm just concerned about cherishing. Chapter 6. New Song Launch. You are listening at novelfull.audio. The last day of February. The publicity team at Ruihua headquarters is on high alert. As early as a week ago, the department cancelled the leave of all personnel. Gu Nianqi ultimately decided to release her new song, Sea of Clouds, but she still fell more in love with this song. The lyrics and music of Sea of Clouds were her work that she polished for half a year, during which she also collided with the team many times. The final arrangement was completed by the gold medal team of Ruihua Entertainment. In addition, due to its emotional performance, Ruihua's internal evaluation suggests that this song may break the boundaries. Phenomenal level, this is the goal of caring for the team. Therefore, Ruihua Entertainment has provided top-notch resources for promotion and support. Just the first wave of preheating, Little Empress Gu Nianqi debuted with Sea of Clouds and Gu Nianqi. The elf singer walking between Sea of Clouds occupied the top 2 hot search topics. Gu Nianqi's official Weibo account also announced the debut new song, Cloud Sea. In just 1 hour, the likes and shares under this dynamic have both exceeded 1 million. Many fans who received the news in advance leave comments in the dynamic as soon as possible. Nian Nian's little fan said, elves who have fallen into the mortal world have finally waited for you. Looking forward to a new song. Meat loves to eat mushrooms. What kind of fairy girl is this? I must listen to Cloud Sea, chanting and rushing. Gu Jiaran said, if you don't sleep tonight, I must be the first person to play Cloud Sea at midnight. Don't compete with me. As online preheating gradually heats up, the main subway lines in Kyoto, Haicheng, Yuezhou, Pengcheng, and Tianhou have also simultaneously launched advertisements for Gu Nianqi's new song, Cloud Sea. This step can be considered a huge investment without considering the cost, and the effect is very obvious. People who originally didn't pay much attention to the entertainment industry can also see news about Gu Nianqi and Cloud Sea through subway advertisements during commuting hours. At 8 p.m., the second wave of promotion was launched. Under the guidance of their respective agents, artists under Ruihua Entertainment have started forwarding Gu Nianqi's Weibo accounts. The most anticipated voice of the year, said veteran King Gua Kitchen in a repost subsequently. Diva-level singer Guan Na also forwarded Weibo. I have already listened to the studio version of Sea of Clouds first. Don't envy my sister, I will still pay to play it. I want a single loop. Including Heavenly Kings and Heavenly Empresses, such concentrated large-scale reposts instantly caused a sensation on Weibo, attracting some passers-by to ask who Gu Nianqi is. Gu Nianqi's fans are relatively friendly, actively helping passers-by and netizens answer questions, and finally recommending to listen to Cloud Sea, which has earned Gu Nianqi a lot of extra attention. And some artists and celebrities who have a good relationship with Ruihua or are currently cooperating also sent their blessings. Even Gu Hong, who has always been known for his venomous tongue, expressed full expectations on Weibo. I haven't heard of Cloud Sea yet, so it's not convenient to comment, but I have had discussions with Gu Nianqi among many musicians. If anyone among the new generation of female singers after Lu Jinzhi can shoulder the responsibility of forging ahead in Mandarin music, then Gu Nianqi is undoubtedly the one worth looking forward to. Gu Hong's comments invisibly reinforced Gu Nianqi's musical status, causing a group of fans to fall into a frenzy ahead of time. In her Weibo comments, the nickname Little Tianhou started queuing up and scrolling across the screen. Before the song is released, people become famous first. To some extent, Gu Nianqi's team has achieved their goals and successfully broken through the circle. Some smart brands have even started contacting Gu Nianqi's brokerage team in advance to establish preliminary cooperation intentions. However, all of this was carefully guarded and locked outside the door. After just taking a shower, she leaned against the head of the bed, wiping off her body milk. Her smooth legs were slender and fair, with a noticeable contrast to the tea-red nail polish on her feet. She had earphones in her ears, waiting for the release of Cloud Sea while listening to Lu Jinzhi's songs. That's right, she likes Lu Jinzhi's songs. She has loved them since Lu Jinzhi debuted at the age of 18. She has heard every song, accompanying her from childhood to youth. In the past 2 years, Lu Jinzhi no longer released new songs, and she even used her Weibo account to urge her until she decided to become a singer. She likes Lu Jinzhi, but she doesn't want to become Lu Jinzhi. My childhood idol has finally become the object I want to surpass. Today is the first day. 0. Cloud Sea has landed on major music platforms with a strong posture. Penguin's Lelong Music mobile app has a screen-opening advertisement featuring a poster of Gu Nianqi holding a violin and kissing clouds. Click directly on the banner bar on the homepage to jump to the trial of Cloud Sea. Sheng Shi and Chu Yin have also competed for these two heavyweight advertising positions. However, it was ultimately acquired by Ruihua at a premium of twice, and an additional S.level resource was added as a replacement. The second-ranked cloud listening music platform also recommends Cloud Sea in a prominent position. The song has been released, but the team that cares about it dare not relax at all. The 10th floor of Ruihua headquarters is brightly lit, and the staff are nervously monitoring the changes in the double ranking data. All kinds of rankings in the Huaxia entertainment industry are established under the guidance of the Direct Management Department, completely eliminating data fraud. In the music category chart, the most important ones are the new song chart and the hot song chart. Tell me about the data. Zheng Yanan leaned against the edge of his desk, unbuttoning the white lace shirt under his suit with 2 buttons, revealing a layer of white grease. She is prepared to stay up late tonight. The assistant beside him quickly refreshed his computer and said, the trial listening volume is 500,000, and the total online playback volume is already 400,000, and the data is still growing. What about the ranking situation? Temporarily ranked first on both lists. Zheng Yanan had one arm around his chest and took a sip of coffee, nodding and saying, "Not bad." She was not surprised by this data. When competing for Gu Nianxi's contract, she participated throughout the process. Until now, she still remembers the words that Ruihua's boss once said, "Considering the distance between us, only age and debut are needed." At Ruihua, Zheng Yanan's work task was only one concern, but he was equipped with 2 executive agents and 5 assistants. With the momentum of concern, her position in the company has skyrocketed, and wherever she goes, she will be called Nanjia. Sometimes I feel lucky when I think about it. Among the 3 top entertainment companies in China, Ruihua ranks before Xingxi and Chuyin, with the strongest strength. But the internal competition within the company is also particularly fierce, and there are many people who move up and down until the agent is determined. After all, with her talent and background, becoming her agent was almost equivalent to booking a location in the top-floor conference room. Zheng Yanan knew that initially she participated in this competition only because of her ambition for career development. But when she truly became the manager of Gu Nianxi, she was slowly conquered by this girl who was 10 years younger than her. Under the serene and indifferent surface lies the ultimate passion for music. In the midst of Gu Nianxi's singing, Zheng Yanan found himself also in love with music. Is this the strength of the elf singer? At the end of the epilogue of Sea of Clouds, Zheng Yanan took off his headphones and said, "Please let me know what the situation is with other singers." Xingxi has 3 songs in the top 10 of the new song chart, with their lead singer Wang Hao ranking 2nd. Chu Yin's female singer and Mo rank 6th. Find Shuyuan www.zhaoshuyuan.com. Zheng Yanan leaned over to the computer and looked at the screen, asking, "How is Wang Hao's song?" The assistant retrieved the data and said, "The views have just exceeded 300,000. But Xingxi just bought a hot search and their artists are also reposting on Weibo. Communicate the situation with the promotion team to determine the launch time for the 3rd wave of promotion." Received. The assistant dared not neglect and quickly pushed the door open to run to the publicity department. Just 2 minutes after going out, he turned back and came in with a wonton and milk tea in his hand. Sister Nan had a snack and recited the wonton and shrimp she ordered for everyone. They were still hot just after they were delivered. Put it there first. Zheng Yanan is sitting in front of the computer checking data, and the top 10 positions on the new song chart are all occupied by the 3 major entertainment companies. There is not much difference in the number of views between Cloud C and Wang Hao's new song, but she believes that with the passage of time, Cloud C will gradually widen the distance from the 2nd place. The situation is very stable. Zheng Yanan temporarily relaxed his mind and picked up his phone and sent a message. "My young lady has worked hard. She's ranked first on both the Sea of Clouds charts. Kiss her." Gu Nianxi didn't read the news, so she lay on the bed with a doll in her arms, casually selecting songs from the list to listen to. Just clicked on a new song and started playing it. The clear female voice rolled into her ears in the darkness, as if a cold kiss suddenly hit her cheek. If pride is not captured by the cold reality of the sea, how could they know to work harder? Only then can we reach the distance, this song. Gu Nianxi sat up straight, and the shoulder straps of her nightgown slipped off. The moonlight shone through the gauze curtain and landed on the shoulders of those who cared for their delicate beauty. Bright and bright in the dark room. Chapter 7. The First Dream. You are listening at novelfull.audio. Early morning. The carriages of Kyoto Metro Line 6 are squeezed and separated. Xiao Su, whose feet were sandwiched off the ground, vigorously pressed her bag against her chest. This is the experience she has accumulated from her 5 years of drifting in Beijing, which allows her to take care of herself in a turbulent crowd. Her company is far from the rented house. She wakes up early to do makeup, takes care of herself, takes the earliest subway, and transfers twice, all for the monthly attendance bonus of 300 yuan. The subway has not yet arrived at the station, and it has stopped halfway. The broadcast reminds us to stop for 1.5 minutes. A faint restlessness began to permeate the carriage, and the voice became noisy. A middle-aged man complained loudly beside Xiao Su, making her a bit unable to hear the song playing in her earphones. After a while, the subway restarted and the sound in the headphones became clear. My heart is still connected as usual, the initial dream is tightly held in my hand. It's a song about dreams. Xiao Su was a little lost in thought. Did you have your initial dream? What was it? It seems like I can't remember it clearly. Upon graduation, I came to Kyoto and strolled with my first love in a strange city forest, filled with longing in my heart. Years of time have smoothed out the former youth. Her boyfriend broke up and went back to that fourth-tier small city, but she stubbornly stayed alone. As a seasoned advertising dog, she is accompanied by endless overtime, with men serving as cows and horses and women as men in the company. The leader draws big pancakes every day, and when he turns around, he becomes so tired that he unconsciously tears. Colleagues became fighters, but they dared not disobey the unreasonable demands of their clients. Under countless versions of the plan, there is a youth that no one can find back. Have you forgotten all the wishes you made when you first graduated? What are you persisting in? Tears came as soon as they came, and even Xiao Su didn't react quickly. The subway arrived at the station and was pushed out of the carriage. Xiao Su didn't run to transfer in high heels as usual. Taking out his phone, he flipped through the person he hadn't contacted for over a year and hesitated to send a message. I want to eat bowl chicken. The news came back quickly. Come back, I'll go pick you up. I bought a big house of over 100 square meters. My youngest sister will be born next year, but she wants you to be a mother. Xiao Su cried and laughed, blowing out a runny nose and saying, I miss you. The music in the earphones finished playing, and Xiao Su clicked on, hard to listen, again. She then wrote a sentence in the comment, perhaps, the dream was where it started, but you went too far and left it behind. Xiao Su is not the only one who wrote comments, but more and more people are leaving comments on the Lelong music platform's original dream. A senior high school student wrote, there are still a few months left for the college entrance examination, with the goal of Beijing North. I know I may not be able to pass, so let me fight this battle to pursue my dream. A middle-aged farmer wrote in a very artistic way. I used to be a teenager, and I also pursued my dreams. Time is not with me, I only hate being too hasty. A mountaineer left a message. I am at the base camp. I have tried to climb the summit 4 times before, but all have failed. I have just heard the song and am ready to climb. Bless me. The most highly praised comment wrote, we all have dreams, and on the road of life, we will always experience setbacks and hardships. After experiencing the long time and the vast space, we are grateful that we have never given up. The appearance of dreams that have been described countless times is told in a song, never forgetting our original intention, in order to always be true. Thank you, Miao Yirou, you sang the image of the dream-chasing youth in my heart. In the training room of Ruehua headquarters, Gu Nianqi played The First Dream in a loop while flipping through the comments on the song. She came to the company before 8 o'clock in the morning, and after auditioning to the music in the practice room alone a few times, she became even more envious of this singer named Miao Yirou. In her heart, the standard of a good song is to touch the heart and connect the singer and listener with the expression of music. I am singing the people in the story, and the people in the story are also listening to my songs. The First Dream undoubtedly achieved this. I really want to hit him, it's written so well. Gu Nianqi bit her lips, and the little devil in her heart was about to stir. When she first heard this song last night, she had already checked the songwriter and said, Zhong Xuan, where exactly did this guy come from? Gu Nianxi's fragmented thoughts left Zhong Xuan unaware. In order to make the first dream, he stayed up all night for several consecutive nights, and now he still can't get up while sleeping on a 2.5-meter bed. Generally speaking, if there is no accident, it is about to happen. The bell of the Battle of the Jungle suddenly rang, instantly breaking the beautiful dream. Zhong Xuan didn't open his eyes and patted his hand, picking up his phone to connect. Hello, may I ask if this is Mr. Zhong Xuan? I am. No card application, thank you. Zhong Xuan hung up, flipped over and prepared to continue sleeping for a while, but unexpectedly the bell rang again. Zhong Xuan, are you up yet? They all said they won't apply for a card. Lu Xinyu was confused and held his phone to see if it was Zhong Xuan. What kind of card should I apply for? Is it the club or the 3 warmths? Hey, senior sister. Zhong Xuan recognized Lu Xinyu's voice, but she was still a bit confused. Let me sleep a little longer. It's almost 10 o'clock, get up quickly and take you to morning tea. I'll wait for you outside your community. Who? Labor and Capital on the Sichuan Road Mountain. The memory of Zhong Xuan being blocked in the dormitory by Lu Xinyu surged out in an instant, and the person also woke up. Senior sister, don't you want to cast magic? I'm here to go. 15 minutes later, Zhong Xuan took a few hits from Lu Xinyu and finally sat in the passenger seat. Lu Xinyu in the driver's seat was wearing sunglasses and a mask, covering herself tightly. Because she looks exactly like Lu Jinzhi, she is fully armed every time she goes out, avoiding unnecessary trouble. 2 people came to a reputable tea house in Yirou. Before getting off the car, Lu Xinyu changed her slender high heels, and her beautiful upper circumference appeared even more upright. Zhong Xuan felt the power of all things to sprout and grow, and the awakening of insects was approaching. Entering the tea house, she entered a single room. Lu Xinyu ordered Zhong's milk and rice vermicelli. She also ordered beef porridge, shrimp dumplings, quicksand buns and chicken feet for Zhong. She still remembered that these were Zhong's favorite foods. Is it enough? Lu Xinyu looked at Zhong Xuan with the menu, afraid that he wouldn't be able to eat enough. Enough, I can't eat. Zhong Xuan finished speaking and couldn't help but yawn a few times. Lu Xinyu gave him a deep glance and said, at a young age, isn't it okay? I can't get up hard in the morning, and now I yawn a lot. Senior sister, you need to be reasonable. I've been staying up for 3 nights and how can I make up for it if I don't sleep enough? Even my iron kidney can't withstand it. Lu Xinyu nodded meaningfully and added multiple servings of fried oysters. It's time to make up for it. You're not even doing well with the silkworms, he said during the tea break. Lu Xinyu took out a handbag and handed it to Zhong Xuan. Nah, the gift Qiao gave you. Why give me a gift? Zhong Xuan opened his handbag, which was the handle of his favorite anime character Jijiang. The first dream has made it to the top 50 of the new song chart in less than a day, and this is their little girl's gratitude to you. Zhong Xuan played with the figurine and smiled, help me say thank you to her. How did she know I liked this? Lu Xinyu pursed her lips and looked a bit disdainful. I told her, I really don't understand why you like to play with figurines. What's the point of being fake? Senior sister, you don't understand. Zhong Xuan didn't get entangled in the topic, but instead asked, by the way, why didn't senior sister ask Xiao to come with us at zhaozhuiyuan.com? I arranged for her to go to the university campus to sing, and the first stop was Jingbei. She should be boarding soon, right? She's alone. Why didn't you follow her, senior sister? Lu Xinyu swallowed the last sip of ginger milk and said, I have transferred an assistant to accompany her. I still have 2 artists' work to handle on my end. Does she have an assistant now? Is it so fast? Zhong Xuan was slightly surprised. When he first met Miao Yirou, she was still a failed trainee and almost abandoned. Although it wasn't something that happened to Zhong Xuan himself, he also had a feeling of riding a roller coaster. No wonder everyone is lying down, standing, lying down, flipping their somersaults and trying to make their debut. Lu Xinyu rolled her eyes slightly and said, "What's surprising about this? I have arranged a new singer appointment for her, and the conditions are quite good. It's not very normal to have a small assistant. Of course, the song you wrote is the key point. There is not much resource support for independent distribution and promotion, but I have looked at the data and it has great potential." Zhong Xuan smiled awkwardly, feeling a bit embarrassed. "Should I also share it on Weibo?" Seeing that Zhong Xuan had almost finished eating, Lu Xinyu picked up her bag and got up to pay the bill. "How many fans do you have on Weibo?" "Less than 1,000. Zhong Xuan also stood up to follow. He was too embarrassed to say the exact number, but in reality, his Weibo followers were only over 500. He is not a celebrity, nor is he a big V on self-media. It is normal for him to have fewer fans. However, when asked by Lu Xinyu, he felt that speaking truthfully was somewhat embarrassing. Men's inexplicable self-esteem, like women's inexplicable emotions, must be followed. Lu Xinyu understood this very well. She didn't activate the mocking mode, but instead smiled and said, "Go back and I'll help you edit." Chapter 8 Senior Sister. This sofa belongs to me. You are listening at Novel Full.audio. The two of them walked out of the tea house. The sunshine of March in Guangdong is enveloped in the spring breeze, making it very comfortable to rub on the face. "Senior sister, where are we going now?" "Follow me to the hotel." Zhong Xuan felt a chill all over his body and stopped in his tracks. "Master." "Senior sister, it's still early. Why go to the hotel?" Looking at Zhong Xuan, who was a bit nervous, Lu Xinyu suppressed a smile. "What are you saying about going to the hotel? What do you want?" I don't want to." "Really, Dot?" Lu Xinyu couldn't hold back any longer and smiled, saying, "What's on your mind all day? Go to the hotel to help me carry my luggage, can't I stay in the hotel all the time?" Zhong Xuan finally realized that he had misunderstood and quickly alleviated his embarrassment. "Okay, senior sister, I don't have much else but I have a lot of strength. Where am I moving to?" "Your home." Dot. Zhong Xuan obediently followed Lu Xinyu into the hotel, just like every time he was grabbed by Lu Xinyu in his freshman year, he obediently followed behind. According to online rumors, if a woman wants to grab a man's heart, she must first grab his stomach. There is actually a better way, as long as you grasp the key points of men. Simple, direct, and efficient. The luxurious and elegant decoration of the hotel lobby, and the impressionist sculptures carved by unknown artists exude a strong sense of luxury. No one noticed the two people walking into the hotel. Even if they come early to check in, the hotel staff will not be surprised by handsome men and beautiful women like them. After all, love knows no day or night. Two people walked to the elevator, where a tall and graceful girl was already standing. The girl was holding a small bag in her hand, and her one-shoulder-tight dress was below her knees, highlighting her thighs wrapped in black silk, with a plump and fleshy feel. When Zhong Xuan and Lu Xinyu walked over, the elevator door just opened. Entering the elevator, Lu Xinyu swiped her room card and a floor button automatically displayed the 24th floor. Zhong Xuan stood in the position behind Lu Xinyu's side, but the tall woman beside him did not swipe her card, just quietly waited for the elevator door to close. As the elevator was about to arrive, Zhong Xuan suddenly felt the back of his hand slip twice, and the touch was slightly cold, followed by an additional business card in his hand. Zhong Xuan encounters this kind of conversation 2 or 3 times a month, but he is surprised not to show it. Just before he could turn around, the elevator had already arrived. 2 people walked out of the elevator, one in front and one behind. Lu Xinyu suddenly stopped and turned to look at the elevator continuing upwards. "Bring it over," he said. "What?" Lu Xinyu tilted her head and didn't speak, just staring at Zhong Xuan with big eyes unblinking, her palms spread out. Zhong Xuan placed the business card in her hand, scratched her head, and awkwardly smiled. Women's insight is sometimes even sharper than that of a famous detective. Lu Xinyu shook his name card and said, he also sprayed perfume. Is it thoughtful? Do you remember the number? I didn't want to keep it. Lu Xinyu casually tore off her business card and threw it in the trash can. Guess what she came to the hotel for? Morning exercise, fitness. Zhong Xuan decided to avoid the heavy and focus on the light. He could probably guess what that tall girl was doing, but he wouldn't say that. He's just afraid of Lu Xinyu, not stupid. She didn't swipe the elevator card, and the elevator could still move upwards, so naturally someone helped her press the elevator. Senior sister has really strong observation skills. No wonder she used to win every time she played Werewolf Kill You. Lu Xinyu ignored Zhong Xuan's flattery and walked in, brushing open the door. So, she came to do morning exercises, he said. Zhong Xuan, who came in later, casually closed the door and looked at Lu Xinyu suspiciously, wondering whether she meant to say this or really thought so. In the room, Lu Xinyu's luggage was almost packed in advance. There are 3 large suitcases in total, plus a tote bag with diagonal checkered prints. Lu Xinyu picked up another pair of high heels with straps, and in less than 20 minutes, the two of them walked out of the room, ready to go downstairs and check out. The elevator door opens. I met the tall girl just now again. Seeing the two of them come in, the girl was also taken aback and smiled slightly to make room. The atmosphere in the elevator was a bit awkward, but fortunately, she quickly arrived at the lobby on the first floor and the girl left quickly. Lu Xinyu pushed a box and said as he walked, that morning exercise brother is not very good. Zhong Xuan couldn't help but laugh and cry, his expression becoming increasingly awkward. He didn't discriminate against any profession, but rather sympathized with his brothers who were doing morning exercises. Senior sister, why do you know so much about these things? Opening the trunk and watching Zhong Xuan put away his luggage, Lu Xinyu said calmly. Where do you think those trainees who can't make a name for themselves, as well as those artists who can't even get a commercial performance, have gone? After changing his flat heels, Lu Xinyu started the car and the co-pilot, Zhong Xuan, sighed, it's a bit miserable. This industry is like this. In order to exchange resources, it's good for the liquor bureau to be taken advantage of. If you have a room card stuffed in your hand, you have to make your own choice. Many girls are not afraid of these things. They are worried about opening the door, not knowing whether they are waiting for her alone or a few people. Zhong Xuan stopped talking. He has been working for 2 years and has heard many such things. Holding resources in one's hand, no matter what kind, is almost equivalent to being able to do as one pleases. The Bangwa side still uses these as receptions. I don't like what's in front of me, just switch to a new batch. There are movie auditions on Amelie's side, as well as dedicated rooms and specific sofas. If you sit down, it means you accept such conditions. Girls sometimes feel better, but what's even worse are those male artists. Some have good physical conditions and work late at night. It's better to meet a woman, even if she's older, she might still be charming. If you encounter a man, it will be even more difficult. Every industry has its own hardships and tiredness, and the resources in the entertainment industry are limited. Either open your legs or get lost. Strong as Lu Jin knew, he was also blocked by capital due to lack of cooperation back then. Her last album, which had a good reputation and sales, missed out on the Best Female Singer of the Year. Rumors are a small warning given by a capitalist tycoon after a dinner invitation is rejected. When Zhong Xuan just graduated, an executive aunt from an entertainment company came to see him. Hint that as long as he seizes 2 opportunities and engages in in-depth communication, he can obtain the best resources to debut. So he began his first sexual activity in life. I drank the classic red wine, ate the oysters brought by air from Gaul, and the big belly of bluefin tuna also showed off. From dinner to late-night snacks, he talked to the executive aunt about music theory all night, and after finishing, he patted his butt and ran away using the excuse of checking his dormitory. He made his aunt so persistent that she still remembers him to this day. Pressing the car window, Zhong Xuan extended his hand to the outside of the window and felt the pressure of the wind at Shuyuan www.zhaoshuyuan.com. Lu Xinyu saw in his spare time that he increased his speed and soon arrived at Zhong Xian's residential area. Pushing his luggage, Zhong Xuan walked into the apartment building with Lu Xinyu and met his familiar neighbor, Aunt. "Yo, Zhong Xuan, are you back from a trip with your girlfriend?" Zhong Xuan awkwardly glanced at Lu Xinyu. Just as he was about to speak, who knew that Lu Xinyu spoke up first. "Pretty girl, are you going out to drink tea?" Beautiful women really know how to speak, Zhong Xuan really knows how to choose. "I originally wanted to introduce my niece to you, but now I don't need it anymore." Beautiful women have time to drink tea. Auntie walked past me in the wrong direction and walked out of the apartment building with a smile, her footsteps slightly lighter. Zhong Xian's home is on the 9th floor, with a 3-bedroom, 2-living-room layout of no size, including a master bedroom, a study, and a room filled with various musical instruments. Zhong Xuan has installed soundproofing equipment. The French window of the living room is very large, and there is a terrace outside. It is a place that cicadas like very much. Less than 3 minutes into the door, cicadas had already betrayed Zhong Xuan and clung to Lu Xinyu's feet, rubbing and begging for a hug. After masturbating for a while, Lu Xinyu got up and packed his luggage, and soon discovered the problem. "Zhong Xuan, does your home only have one bed for the master bedroom?" The house was bought by Zhong Xian's parents before he went to college, and they originally planned to use it as a wedding house for him. It's just that Zhong Xuan never talked about his girlfriend. After graduation, he came to live and his second bedroom was converted into an instrument room. Zhong Xuan wanted to let out the master bedroom, but was refused by Lu Xinyu. "Just split my wardrobe in half, some clothes need to be hung up." Lu Xinyu turned around and pointed to the sofa in the living room. "You don't usually practice on it, do you?" Zhong Xuan blushed and muttered, "I don't know." "Then this sofa belongs to me." Chapter 9. Invitation of Aunt Qiao. You are listening at novelfull.audio. If there is an additional woman in the room, it will eventually become somewhat different. Wherever you go, there is a faint fragrance that smells quite pleasant. Lu Xinyu was busy packing up 3 large suitcases, humming a pleasant melody in her mouth. Cicada followed her with no backbone, and at the sight of the opportunity, she pounced on Lu Xinyu's slender ankle, patting her flesh cushion and jumping back and forth, enjoying herself. Zhong kicked it away with a single kick, resulting in continuous meowing. "I'll take you to the pet hospital tomorrow." Lu Xinyu was organizing a box when Zhong Xuan unconsciously glanced at it for a few minutes. It seems to be close-fitting clothing, and there are also many stockings. There are black, white, skin tone, high tube straps, and different designs on the left and right. Zhong Xuan thinks that different styles on the left and right should be given positive feedback. After all, there are 2 experiences to get started with at once, and designers understand the itching needs of end users very well. There is a reason why Zhong Xuan took a few extra glances. In college, I had a senior sister who had a side job related to stockings. When my senior sister asked Zhong Xuan for help with taking photos, she talked to him and most of the comments she saw when buying stockings were from men. "This store is excellent, easy to tear, and has been collected." Or it could be something like, "Good quality, one hand can break it." Zhong Xuan has never tried, but this does not prevent him from appreciating and evaluating it. Actually, it's the same as making music. Some songs have excessively high self-praise attributes, and singers are surrounded by fans of the company's operations. After a few performances, they are deeply moved. In fact, the true music audience does not listen to his songs at all. Music is the third expression besides words and language. If you don't care about the listener's feelings, then it's all about talking to yourself. Retrieving his gaze, Zhong Xuan felt a sense of noble righteousness slowly rising in his abdomen, and his musical literacy had improved significantly. While savoring, Lu Xinyu's phone rang and she didn't hear it in the master bedroom. Zhong Xuan picked it up and saw that it was Miao Yirou calling. "Senior sister, Xiao called you." A gentle and charming Xiao Yuan came from the room. "I can't free my hand. Can you show it to me?" Zhong Xuan connected and brought it to Lu Xinyu's ear. Naturally, he caught a glimpse of a deep, emerald-green pendant between two moonlit white clouds. In March, the weather in Guangdong is still a bit hot at around 30 degrees Celsius. Zhong Xuan averted his gaze and surveyed the wardrobe. Lu Xinyu tidied up very neatly, categorizing various types of knowledge points that Zhong Xuan did not know about. Miao Yirou reported her safety over the phone and found out that she had landed in Kyoto. She also asked Zhong Xuan if she liked the figurine she gave. The girl's wish to become a singer was filled with excitement in her words. Lu Xinyu gave a few instructions, hung up his clothes, took the phone from Zhong Xuan's hand, and walked away a few steps to whisper to Miao Yirou. Zhong Xuan returned to the living room and sat down, flipping through the newcomers who released their songs in March. On the day he completed the production of The First Dream, the system gave him a new task. Continue to search for inheritors, the more the better. I didn't expect the system to like more people. He often shakes hands and chats with artists from Chuyin in his free time, without any trigger selection interface. He now suspects that the position of the touch is incorrect. The top one on the list is Sea of Clouds. Turn on playback when the clock is selected, and the phone's Bluetooth will automatically connect to the hi-fi sound system. The pure voice of the girl, singing the ambiguous feelings of first love, is very catchy. After tidying up her clothes, Lu Xinyu walked out of the master bedroom and sat on the other side of the sofa. The song, Cloud Sea, was sung by the singer Gu Nianxi of Ruihua. It is said that she is an elf singer who can replace Lu Jinzhi. She is very talented and has good resources. Zhong Xuan looked up at her. Xiao is also good, her singing mood is full of enthusiasm and dedication. She interprets The First Dream very well, and has climbed several places on the list. With a smile on her lips, Lu Xinyu looked seriously at Zhong Xuan. Actually, the rankings are not that important anymore. This is a song that can be eaten for a lifetime. Don't you really regret it? Just sing it to Xiao like that. Zhong Xuan touched his nose and said, I regret it. I've already started to regret it. Would you like me to receive some compensation, senior sister? All right. Lu Xinyu's smile became even more charming, slowly getting closer. What kind of compensation do you want? The medium fragrance of rose and iris penetrates into the nose. Zhong Xuan felt the smoothness of his two fingers around his waist and quickly changed his mouth, saying, What senior sister says about compensation is all for the sake of art, for the sake of art. Lu Xinyu snorted lightly and moved his finger away. Zhong Xuan scratched his head with a smile, looking at Lu Xinyu's smooth legs, and then at the master bedroom wardrobe. What is the effect of different styles on the left and right? I want to know. Lu Xinyu did not give Zhong Xuan the opportunity to unlock the unknown. After packing her luggage, she also had to buy some household items such as tissues, cotton towels, and wet tissues. After taking a shower, she pulled the clock out of the door. The largest supermarket nearby is not too far away, and the two of them planned to take the subway there. It's not time to finish work yet. There aren't many people in the subway carriages of Yuezhou Line 5. When Lu Xinyu went out, she changed into a high-waisted wide-leg pants, paired with a snow-white shirt tucked inside the pants, revealing the waistline and showcasing a perfect head-to-body ratio. Zhong Xuan followed behind happily. It looks good. Two people found an empty seat to sit down, and through the opposite car window, they could still see the advertisement for Cloud C. Lu Xinyu saw the boy carrying a guitar and whispered to Zhong Xuan. Do you still remember the university taking you on a field trip? You didn't understand anything one by one, and you were so brave. Zhong Xuan smiled and recalled that time. They are all a group of freshmen who are curious about everything and want to give it a try. Yeah, 3 or 5 people were holding on to the passing girls and insisting on singing to them. Fortunately, the girls were outgoing and didn't hit you. It's Miss Big Wave, led by class leader Liao. Zhong Xuan sighed a bit. It's been many years since then. Lu Xinyu turned her head and looked at Zhong Xuan's profile. At that time, no matter what you did, there was light in your eyes. The subway passed through the tunnel, and the two of them chatted about their past. In no time, they arrived at the place. Upon hearing the voice announcement of the station name, Lu Xinyu stood up and pulled the bell to select the carriage. 2 people walked into an underground passage, and Zhong Xuan heard the sound of guitar and keyboard coming from there. Turning a corner, Lu Xinyu stopped in his tracks. Zhong Xuan saw a few people playing. The music was average. The girl singing while clapping her hand drum was wearing glasses and laughing brightly. During the gap between performances, Zhong Xuanzi, who was familiar with the girl, chatted hand in hand with the other girl for a while without triggering the system interface. He went to Shuyuan www.zhaoshuyuan.com to make the other girl's big eyes hang on Zhong Xuanzi and never leave. When leaving, there was no WeChat left, and Lu Xinyu was by her side. Glasses girl didn't feel embarrassed to speak, but her gaze at Zhong Xuan was a bit resentful. Life always meets unexpectedly, leaving behind long memories. Not necessarily, it just took a while for it to be sour and sweet. There is, the first dream, in the supermarket. Zhong Xuan pushed the shopping cart and followed behind Lu Xinyu, carefully studying the usage of various types of tissues. The bell of the Battle of the Jungle suddenly rang, and across from it was a mature and sexy female voice. Hello, may I ask if it's Zhong Xuan? I am. Who are you? I am Qiao Yi, the chief director of the program group of Song and Composition on Jiangdong TV. I am calling to invite you to participate in the recording of the program. Zhong Xuan was a bit surprised, as he was a recording and training engineer at Chuyin. The greater the ability of a worker, the more they do, and the less they earn. Even if the production team needs temporary staff, there is no need for a chief director to make phone calls. It's impossible to say there was a misunderstanding. They had already asked him if he was Zhong Xuan, and it was clearly aimed at him. Hello Director Qiao, thank you for the invitation. May I ask if it's recording or on-site sound editing work? When will the program start recording? Qiao Yi's voice across from her hesitated slightly. No, I wanted to invite you as a mentor to participate in our program. Mentor. Are you sure, Director Qiao? Surprised, Zhong Xuan didn't stop and pushed the shopping roof to a soft spot. Amazing elasticity. Qiao Yi's voice rang out again on her phone. Of course, you are exactly the person we need. Chapter 10. Unscrutable Thoughts. You are listening at Novel Full.audio. Jiangdong TV has always been at the forefront of Blue Star China's satellite TV stations. The front row is a subtle description. People are accustomed to praising the highest mountain peak, and who will remember its name if it ranks second or third. Jiangdongtai is in such an awkward situation. The warm temperament of the entire city seems to have infected the programs of Jiangdong TV, which have been lukewarm and steady, following the entertainment hegemon Shazhou TV and the neighboring Mingzhu TV. In terms of financial strength, Jiangdong TV is even stronger than these two companies, but the program content always feels inferior. Especially in the entertainment sector, the 3 major content directions of film and television series, variety shows, and evening parties, Jiangdong TV invests massive resources every year, but has never won the ratings championship. This has almost become a heartache for the old director. Just as she walked out of the director's office, Qiao let out a light sigh. This year, Jiangdong TV's focus was on a self-produced costume drama, and her work, the song and composition combination, was not selected for the internal support plan. The variety show at Shaqiao Terrace is really powerful, and the old director's intention is to avoid its sharpness and compete for one. In the entertainment sector of Jiangdong TV, only TV dramas can compete, while variety shows always lose to Shaqiao TV. It has not changed for so many years. The wealthy Jiangdong TV station is like this, and other TV stations are the same. In the early stages of commercial development at local stations, Shaqiao Station relied on its first-mover advantage to carve out the most entertaining path. Homemade TV dramas are popular, variety shows dominate the screen, and evening parties are highly sought after. These popular programs have boosted the overall ratings and established the dominant position of entertainment content on Shaqiao TV. High-quality content not only brings a massive audience, but also attracts artists from major entertainment companies to compete for opportunities to appear on screen. The advertising placement brought about by this virtuous cycle has left television stations with only envy. It's all small money. Qiao also agrees with the strategy of the old station chief, but still feels a bit unwilling. She likes it, but doesn't like being constantly suppressed. She is almost 40 years old and has been stable for half of her life. She also wants to try the taste of riding the dust. Returning to the office, the assistant brought a document and said, "Sister Qiao, Teacher Zhong's contract has been drafted. Would you like to take a look?" Qiao took the document and carefully flipped through the contents of the contract. A few days ago on the phone, Zhong Xuan accepted the invitation for singing and writing together, which was not originally Qiao's plan. She has a good relationship with Lu Jinzhi, and her original idea was to ask Tian to help. However, Lu Jinzhi rejected her and recommended this person named Zhong Xuan. She didn't know what kind of madness she had gone through at the time, but as soon as her body warmed up, she agreed, and now she feels a bit regretful. Qiao lit up her phone and found Tian's WeChat. With her smooth and beautiful middle finger, she quickly pressed out a line of words. Can Zhong choose him or not? The news quickly came back, he will bring you surprises. I think I'm really crazy to believe you. When she first heard Lu Jinzhi's recommendation, Qiao thought that the non-smoking queen had finally come to her senses. There are also many female celebrities in the entertainment industry who pave the way for their young boyfriends. One wants to climb up with resources, while the other wants to explore through their youth and exchange them for the same amount. Just before she could gossip, Lu Jinzhi denied her speculation. The queen's original words were, "I can be considered his fan. The songs he has sung have not been released yet. Just take out any capital that can dominate the charts, and whether your program can become popular depends on how much you can squeeze out." She really wants to see someone who can make the queen claim to be a fan. Qiao flipped to the last page of the contract, without hesitation, signed her name and handed it to her assistant Xiaohe. By the way, have you ever heard of The First Dream? Of course I have heard it, Sister Qiao. This song now has super comments on Weibo, and many people are making wishes on it. Qiao developed some interest and flipped through Weibo to check. Although Xiaohe's super talk didn't have a high ranking, it was clear that there were no traces of a water army. Most people who leave messages feel that the song sounds good, and only then do they make wishes on it when they happen to discover a super story. Many people are spontaneously recommending this song, and in less than 2 weeks, the original Dream has already made it to the top 20 on the new song chart, ranking 19th. Tap water. Qiao had a thought, as if grass had grown in her heart. Perhaps it really can. Qiao, what can I do? Upon hearing Xiaohe's words, Qiao realized that she was a bit lost in thought. Go send the contract over there, and let's also push forward the invitation progress of other mentors and singers. The contracts of other mentors have all been signed and a schedule has been agreed upon. The singer is still 2 months away from receiving a response, and the program on Qiao TV has also invited them. We may not be able to compete. Let's communicate again. If it doesn't work out, we'll switch people. Qiao Yi's announcement fee is very high, but even so, some artists will still wait for the confirmation from Qiao Tai before considering Jiangdong Tai. Or some simply politely decline the invitation on the phone. If an artist wants to market their coffee, then the viewing champion Qiao TV will definitely be their first choice. Kyoto, an independent lounge of Ruihua Entertainment. Under the guidance of a dedicated coach, Gu Nianxi is practicing the body-leg combination style. The tight yoga suit fits the undulating curves, making Zheng Yanan envious. She also tried this action with Gu Nianxi, but her flexibility was not good enough to meet such standards. Nianxi, the data from Cloud C is very beautiful, and everyone is waiting to celebrate for you. Gu Nianxi maintained a difficult posture, inhaling and exhaling evenly. Let's wait and see. Zheng Yanan smiled indulgently, feeling that it was not necessary, but he still said, "Okay, it's all up to you. The company has selected a few top-tier brands to endorse. Take some time to see which one you like. These Yanan sisters can be arranged according to the schedule, but those who still mess with Chinese rice must not be taken. I don't like them." "That's for sure," Zheng Yanan agreed. The Spring Festival at Qiao Tai has already been discussed by the company, and both of your songs are in prime time. The melody from last time has already been completed by the arrangement team. I would like to schedule a time for you to meet it. Looking for Shuyu on www.zhaoshuyuan.com, Gu Nianxi withdrew her movements, adjusted her breathing, and said, "Is it okay to leave it next week? I want to go to Guangdong in the next few days." Zheng Yanan handed over a ton cup with a surprised look in his eyes. "Then I'll adjust the time." "Why do I suddenly want to go to Guangdong?" "I want to go have morning tea, it's authentic from Guangdong." Gu Nianxi bit on the straw and secretly glanced at Zheng Yanan, relieved to see that she had no doubts. "Are you indulging in meals?" "It's also quite good, and we also follow suit." Considering her thoughts, Zheng Yanan could guess a little, but she didn't say anything. For several days in a row, she saw Gu Nianxi playing The First Dream in a loop, sometimes even daydreaming with the lyrics and music of this song. A few days ago, Gu Nianxi called the lyricist and composer of this song, but before he could speak, he hung up. Zheng Yanan looked at the proud girl's deflated expression and felt a bit amused. But she didn't expect Gu Nianxi to be so persistent. "By the way, Nianxi, we need to quickly confirm the invitations for various variety shows. Recording will start within the month, so I think it's best for you to choose one." Gu Nianxi took a big sip of the ton cup and opened her eyes a bit puzzled. "Aren't these Yanan sisters all right? I don't think it's a big deal." The team was originally planning to choose Hua Xia Tian Lai from Qiao Tai, which is more in line with your positioning. Just. Jiangdong TV invited 4 mentors for their song, the combination of singing and writing, including an inexperienced newcomer named Zhong Xuan. Gu Nianxi stopped tormenting the straw and pretended not to understand, looking at Zheng Yanan. "Which clock is selected?" Zheng Yanan suppressed a smile and said, "It's that Zhong Xuan." Yanan Jia, I'm going to the combination of singing and writing.